Started on. Good morning, secret agents. I don't know about you, but I think that should be all of our wake up, like our alarms in our house needs to be the boot camp recap. I don't know. Every time I see that, I'm like, let's go. Coming home, I didn't even want to put on like civilian clothes, you know? So I was like, I'm in the mood. Let's go. Push-ups. So for those of you guys that were not at boot camp, I don't miss another one, man. Don't miss another one. So we have a few things to discuss here this morning. We have a challenge to put out here this morning, and we are very, 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 very excited. So I'm going to do my best to contain my level of excitement so I can be understandable, because sometimes I get real excited. I talk real fast. And it is a very exciting time in the world of Seacret. And before I go through some of the announcements, some other things, every single day I'm learning something new, or learning a different piece of the puzzle here as we are launching into really this redesign, revamp, this enhancement into our plan and into our program. So if you were at boot camp, go ahead and drop me a boot camp into the comments, or if you were registered for boot camp, obviously, because you were watching live for my Canadian friends and family up there, hit me up in the comment section here. I want to make sure, I want to see who was here, who was at boot camp. That's right. And as we get into this, so a couple things here real quick. It's very easy right now to spend time focusing on understanding rather than time focus on building. And the reason why I bring that in is we've heard the expression that knowledge is power, and that's just not true. Applied knowledge is power. So I've heard it said, don't let your learning lead to knowledge. When your learning leads to knowledge, you become a fool. But when your learning leads to action, you become unstoppable. Let me say that again. When your learning leads to knowledge, you become a fool. When your learning leads to action, you become unstoppable. See, learning something and not doing anything with it, I have found, is worse than not knowing it at all sometimes, because we have this experience and this feeling almost in our bodies of, well, I know this, when unless you're doing it, you don't know it. So right now, I want you to go back to being new here and kind of doing a little bit of what I call ignorance on fire. Ignorance on fire is better than knowledge on ice. Now, I want you to eventually have knowledge on fire. I'm not saying I want you to stay ignorant, but I would rather, if you could choose, ignorance on fire than knowledge on ice. And what I mean by that is literally taking the excitement and the passion. Now, I know sometimes we go, well, I don't want to be too excited. I get it. You might scare 1 out of 10 away from being too excited. They're like, whoa, Mandy was a little over the top. She's lost it, right? So now 1 out of 10, you might scare away, but I can promise you, you won't capture the other 9 out of 10 if you're nonchalant, if you're kind of, sorta, if they don't feel that fire, they don't see your eyes dance when you talk about Seacret, when they feel that passion about what you're excited about. I want people to be like, damn, Mandy's on something. Like, maybe she found it. I want people to be like either confused and or freaked out that they're not looking or they're not joining, right? So I want them to be in one of those categories. They're either going to think you're crazy, or they're either going to think you're crazy enough to maybe have found the deal. And we all know that we got the deal, right? We all know that we have the right thing, but we need to go out there and shock and awe some people. Now, do that in your own level. So on a scale of 1 to 10, if your energy is normally an 8, take it to a 9 or a 10, right? If you're normally a 4, don't go to 9, you know, right? Because then they'll be like, you need to be locked up. Go to like a 6. If you normally are like this with the people that are around you, maybe you might go to something like this. And they're like, whoa, what happened? Okay. So, all right, what I'm asking you guys to do here today is today we're going to focus on activity, not just understanding. Now, there are a few pieces here that I want you guys to know. For understanding, I know some of you guys, especially our greens that are out there, like, no, I need to know everything and every detail. I get it, right? I got some good green that's been building in my side of the business as well. Tonight, I'm going to be doing, I think it's 5 p.m. Is that right? Maybe somebody can confirm. I don't know. I've been in all these different time zones. 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. I'm pretty sure that's correct, right? Because that's what it was on Monday. 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. I'm going to be covering the enhancements to these changes in the compensation that took effect yesterday. I'm also going to making sure that everyone understands some of the details because we have this kind of tweener stage, as I'm calling it, between kind of where we were and where we're going. So tonight I'm going to be going over that. I'm not going to be covering much of that here today because there's a training for that tonight. Okay. Now, the second piece of that is there were a lot of announcements this weekend. I'm not going to be covering them today because we have a call tomorrow. So at 5 p.m. on Thursday, we have a call covering all the announcements from the weekend. And that is a perfect place to promote to get all of your agents that were not at boot camp. So for those that were not at boot camp, you want to get them on the call so they can get a sense of the magic that happened at boot camp, hear from our top knighted trainers, hear from Marcusetta. And also, I think everybody here is at boot camp. How many of you guys agreed you wish you had more people at boot camp? By show of hands, by show of double hands, right? So put a foot up too, So, but from that, we all know that means that we want to be sitting in view from the edge with more people in your business. So view from the edge, the promotion starts when? Last week at boot camp, the promotion starts, and we're 80 days away. So I want to show you guys here something real quick. If you haven't seen it yet, let me pop it up here real quick. So if you get to viewamericas.com, write this down, viewamericas.com. This is going to be the website where you can see the trailer video for View from the Edge, right? So, which is an absolute incredible. We are 79 days away and 7 hours away from being in that market out there. So I want to make sure that we get onto the website, get promoted, get through this, get your tickets now. This will be the first ever time, the first View from the Edge that Marcusetta is doing. And you want to get your seat immediately. There's obviously lots of information about it. Hotels and details and things will be coming out here shortly about it. It's in Las Vegas. All right. So the adult playground, which is going to be a lot of fun. It is October. Oh, in case you didn't have the dates on there, we'll put it up there. It is October 15th, 16th, and 17th. Okay. We're going to be having Mark come on and talk a little bit more about the details of that program and what's going to be happening. This is going to be a sellout event. I'm not selling, guys. We're already 70% capacity. I'm just letting you guys know. Okay, I just got the text last night from Marcusetta to our Blue Diamonds and above. We're at 70% capacity. This event will sell out. For my Canadian friends and family, buy your tickets. Buy your tickets. If you're like, well, listen, if we get locked down or we can't leave or we can't go again, I guarantee you one of two things is happening. Whether we're streaming the event or not, it's unlikely that we will. But in the event that we don't stream the event and you buy a ticket, I make you promise my word, okay? And you can count on that. Either you'll get a refund from the company. I will personally buy your ticket because I'll have people standing in line that I'm going to be recruiting that are going to want to buy tickets for this sellout event that are going to be joining in the next weeks, in the weeks before the event that won't be able to get one because you'll have it. So don't worry, get your tickets for View from the Edge. Now, outside of that, a couple things I want to make sure that we go over here with you guys and just a couple of details, okay? Every single person right now wants to be focused on hitting star, rising star. But I also want to make sure many of you guys here is focusing on getting your first builder bonus this week in double cycle, right? So if you've hit bronze or before, double cycle this week, earn your first builder bonus the first week that it comes out. Make that a part of your story. Make that a part of your build. Push yourself a little bit this week by Monday to double cycle. But for those of you guys that have not achieved the rank of bronze, okay, what we want to do is we want to focus on helping you get to star and rising star to unlock your direct order bonuses and get that 240 rising star bonus. So star is get how many? 2. Rising star is get how many? 6. Now, there are 2 ways to do that. It's 2 who get 2 or you get 6. Okay. So star is get how many? 2. Rising stars get how many? 6. Now, those 6 can come from you or 2 who get 2, which is also 6. So hopefully we're on that page. Okay. Now, there's one thing I want to make sure you guys know for existing agents. Remember, this plan is designed for new people. We reset you in the plan like you're brand new today or yesterday, which means you have 4 weeks starting from yesterday to August 23rd to be brand new again. So rewrite your story. This is a chance for you to rewrite your story. If you started 3 months ago, 5 months ago, 2 years ago, and you've been playing with this thing, I want you to pretend like your enrollment date was yesterday. Why? Because we reset you. You can redefine your story. I don't care what your past is. I'm concerned about your future. So what does that mean? Let's say you've been in Seacret for a year and you've been inconsistent. Here's your new story. Hey, I got started with this company a year ago. I really just kind of been dabbling around with it, dipping my toe in the water, but I've really fallen in love with their products and I've fallen in love with their community. I've been watching from the sideline and their products are amazing. So I've really just been a customer for a year. I want you to understand how important this story can be for you. I've really just been a consumer for a year. I've been a customer for a year. I've been experiencing the products and man, they're world-class. And I know I would never be without them. But a month ago, I got serious in my business. You guys get that, right? But a month ago, I got serious in my business and I earned an extra $300 and I earned an extra $200. And I'm so excited for where my future is. Guys, you can repaint your story to be so attractive in this next 4 weeks. Now, a little bit of push for a lifetime story. How long am I going to be telling my first 30 days in Seacret for the rest of my career? How long have I been telling my start in network marketing when I joined 19 years ago? For 19 years. So you have an opportunity to remake your story. I wasn't fast out of the gates. When I started network marketing, I was a 0, 0, 0, 0 for my first 4 months. 0. Big goose egg. Do not pass go. Do not collect any money. Like I was bad. And then my 5th month, I went to an event and I decided to launch my business. And that first month, I made over $500. And now I had that story of sucking wind for 4 months. And I got to use my pain as my training. Don't be like me and not launch properly. So you can recreate your story. I don't care if it's been years. I don't care if it's been months, this month. Okay. So we're focused on rising star, going star, rising star. Now, in order to go star or rising star, because we're treating you as brand new, like a brand new person, you need to have 300 TPV or TPQV in order to qualify as star or rising star by August 23rd. Now, remember, TPQV can come from anything you purchase or anything your customers purchase to get you there, okay? So you can do that with the event pack. Now, in your back office, we're making a lot of adjustments and a lot of tweaks and a lot of changes here very, very quickly to ensure that we're executing on these programs. All right, so in your back office, I want to just kind of pull this up here. I think I can get to it. Don't go anywhere. Okay, let me get in here. Where's my mouse? I need my mouse back. Come. All right. So inside your back office, obviously you're starting to see your tracker for your ambassador program for Club Seacret. This is your status, which we're going to be covering more of all these announcements and updates. I know many of you have questions. When can I use my points? How do I redeem my points? What can I redeem my points for? Don't worry. Thursday, we're going to give you that, but you're not going to be able to redeem your points till a minimum of 30 days after getting your points. So it takes care of any refunds or any of that kind of stuff. So you're going to start seeing all that details come out. However, on the left-hand side here, if you go to shop, okay, if you go to shop, we have made the adjustment inside of our packages. If you scroll down here, we have the America's Event Pack. This event pack is still available for people, and inside comes a free box of our probiotic, okay? So it's not pictured there, unless you click on it, maybe it is. Nope, it's not. You still get a free box of the probiotic if you buy the event pack. This is gonna stay up while supplies last. My guess is this will sell out probably sometime between today and tomorrow. I don't know when. I'm still waiting for the update on the numbers since we put it back in the back office yesterday. Okay, so it comes with all the products you see here, plus 300 loyalty points. If you were registered for boot camp, okay, you get 600 loyalty points with it. Plus, everyone gets their free box of probiotic. In the back office, also want to make sure you guys know, back here is we have our starter sets. We have our new starter sets that are in the back office, which is our skincare, our traveler pack, and our wellness pack. All of our starter sets that are $300 or more, if you are not a member of Club Seacret, will include a month of Club Seacret and reduce your Club Seacret from 65 to 50 a month, okay? So this is skincare 300, 300, 300. We also have our builders pack, obviously. Just so you guys know, as a heads up, I'm gonna be working on this builders pack to actually increase the price of it to a little bit more. So it's 300 CV, Now, for those of you guys that know, the reason why we want the builders pack to be 300 CV, that means that one builder pack on your pay side or your focus side triggers a cycle. So a builder's pack equals a builder bonus on your pay side. So you guys are going to start seeing that here shortly. But 300, obviously these are going to get you that 300, right? To get you going in the business. The traveler's pack has been updated. You can see the products that are in here. We took the green caps out of the wellness to get it to 300. So it was even across the board. And I think all of that is good on there. Next piece I want you guys to know here, View Americas. Okay, is this is Jefferson's website. Okay, we're going to be using this. Some of you guys are going to take this into your websites, but you guys are all leaders here. A lot of people have been asking about where to find the PowerPoint presentation or keynote presentation. Here's where you can find it. We will be taking this leaders and they'll put it inside of their teams. I know we've got lots of teams, Team Synergy, we've got Dream Team, we've got Ignite on here, we've got social networking professionals, we've got Team Truth, we've got lots of teams that are participating in this huddle, right? So, but for those of you guys that want access to presentation right away, calledtosucceed.com. If you go to here, you can see the new 14-minute presentation that Jefferson Santos did that is fire. Okay, now we're making a few edits on this to make sure that it's absolutely 100% compliant for us to be able to put in the Share Seacret app. So you'll be seeing that, I believe, by tomorrow. Okay, so the second piece, if you scroll down here, if you scroll down to the bottom and go to Documents, under Documents, the keynote presentation, PowerPoint presentation, and PDF presentation. These are all the new presentation, the one that you're seeing in the in the 14-minute video. So you can download them directly in Keynote or PowerPoint or PDF, so you can share those. Now, I want to give you guys a little bit of a tip here real quick on this, is these are not meant to post on social media. I know most of you know this training, okay? Have you seen any leader, Knighted trainer, post the video on their public social platform? And the answer is what? No, not even the guy who made it. Hello, right? So when somebody says, I want to post this on my social media, you know, I get like my body goes into like this cringe, you know, I'm like, no, don't do it. Okay, all right. This is not fishing, this is hunting. Right. This is not fishing, this is hunting. What do we mean by that? I'm not saying we're hunting people in that context, but what I mean is you have a specific target, right? What we're doing here is these videos are meant to be shared directly with somebody that you're in. We're not spamming the world. Guys, we all know those companies that today have a reputation because why? Everybody in the company was taught to post it all over their social media and everyone went, no, I'm not open. We're here to attract people in. We're not here to give them the video. We're here to give them the sizzle, but direct those conversations. So I know most of you guys know that. So we're going to be having those in the Share Seacret app. But we also have another strategy of system of building online, because a lot of times you might not have somebody's phone number, and most of you are building a lot of using Facebook and Facebook groups. So we were able to get this video uploaded into our ATM pages. Now, I do know there are a lot of ATM pages that are out there in different groups, okay? So this video we are gonna make available in the different ATM pages, and we're gonna launch a little ATM challenge today. For those of you guys that are like, ATM, what does that stand for? What does that mean? It's add, tag, message. ATM, add, tag, message. This is a strategy, an online strategy for Facebook groups. And what I mean by online is an exposure tool, okay? So there are two ways that I'm going to expose somebody to the world of Seacret. I'm going to be sending them a direct message, and I'm going to be directly sending them this message or this video, or I'm going to be tagging them in this post. Me personally, I like adding someone to the group, tagging them in the post. The reason why I prefer that method is because there's community around it. They get to see social proof. They get to see the comments. And once they're inside the group, if they like what they see, a lot of times they have free reign to go click around and look at other videos and look at other things and find themselves being even more curious and interested, because a lot of people are curious, but it allows them to kind of like cruise, right? People don't want to be sold, but they love to shop, or they love to look, or they love, so it allows people to satisfy their curiosity without feeling like they're being sold. So inside of this, if you haven't seen it yet, which I know almost all of you guys have, all right, if you go to Facebook, let's get on to Facebook. I thought I had Facebook up. Where'd you go, Facebook? Come back, Facebook. So actually, just so you guys know, if you want to get somebody to a direct link to our Facebook group and they can't seem to find it, you can just do whysecret.com. Whysecret.com links them directly to our Facebook group. Okay. If you can't find it, whysecret.com will send you right into the group so you can join this particular ATM group. Now, do you have to use this ATM group? No, there's tons of groups. Use the one that your team and your leadership is using because you'll get more traction in that. Okay. So, but over here, when you're in the group, you can invite people to join the group when you're friends with them, when you're in the group. We'll make sure that you guys get in here. Now, in here, we want to add people to the group. We want to tag them in a video, and then we want to message them to follow up. Okay. Now, inside of this, if you don't have the ATM guides or scripts or all that, get them from your leadership, or you can find them right on teamsynergytraining.com or teamsynergyagents.com. So, but inside of here, you're going to see the new video that's going to be popping up. Now, I want you guys to know, we just got access to the video. So as many of you guys know, the first video here, okay, you'll see it has 890 comments on it. This is the video that is the old video. It will be replaced here shortly. As soon as I get off this, Ben Bradshaw and I are going to get this video swapped out or replaced in here to get the new video in here. So you're going to see the Elite Lifestyle Overview. It is the first video in the guide section. It's really, you can't really miss it, right? So, and in here, this is the video that we want to see people tag people in, or inside of any other ATM group that you guys have. So here's the process, okay? What we want to do is we want to do an exposure challenge. And I do know, I think, Ben, I don't know if you have any of those like DMO trackers or some of that stuff that we want to talk about here real quick. Okay. But what I do want to make sure that everybody understands is this is I want to see who can ATM the most people today. So, right. So today, how many people before midnight tonight? So you've got all day today to who can ATM the most people tonight. Now, what I'm going to look at here today is I know the comment section of the last comment in that video today. I'm going to look at the ones here tonight and be able to tally it up. If you are going to ATM people in a different group, I'm totally fine with that. The only variable is you're going to have to send me, okay? You're going to have to send me a screenshot of all the people that you ATM. And it's very simple, guys, because in the ATM on the comment section, it's going to have your name, right, of making the comment, and then you tag somebody that is in blue in that video. So if you send me the snapshot of those, you're going to win. Okay. Now, what are you going to win? Good question, Jess. So I don't know about you, but I'm excited about our new product. So, okay, whoever wins the ATM challenge is going to get this and something else really, 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 really cool. Now, what is this really, really, really cool thing? So for those of you guys that don't know, there are certain products available not in the US. There are certain products that are only available in South Korea. And I have made an order for some of those products for myself personally, and I ordered a few extras for a moment like this. So whoever ATMs the most people today, this is just today, gets the most people to go take a look, take a look, take a look, take a look, take a look. Okay. Right. You're going to be getting a free box of the probiotics, and you're going to be getting the sunscreen from South Korea. So the Seacret sunscreen, which is my favorite product in South Korea. But wait, there's more. How about we don't just do that for you? What if we give you the Seacret toothpaste from South Korea? So what does that mean? Guys, I don't even know why. I give away too much stuff. I shouldn't be doing this. So whoever ATMs the most people today. Now, you guys know, most people don't know about this contest. The only people who know about this contest are who? You, 58 people. You're the only people who know about it. Now, we're going to post it in the group so people know, but a lot of people out there are just asleep at the wheel, which means you have a great chance to go win this, okay? Probiotic, the sunscreen from South Korea, and the toothpaste. Now, just so you know, this one I'll be able to get to you quickly. The other two, they're on the boat coming from, you know, it's going to be a minute. All right. So just think Christmas, because customs are a nightmare right now to get products through. So, because the last time I did this promotion, people were like, where is it? And I was like, calm down. It'll come. I promise you. All right. So, but whoever gets ATM the most people today. So with that being said, I got a couple of announcements, a couple more things, but what we want to focus on is activity, not understanding. Understanding makes you no money. Activity does. Let me ask you a question. If you knew nothing about the new promotions and the new products, but you went out there and got 100 people to look at Seacret, Would you be better off than understanding every detail of the promotion? And the answer is what? Yes. And it reminds me of something that happened to me when I first was building Seacret about 9 years ago. We were really fortunate to have incredible friends. Ben and Lauren Bradshaw decided to join Seacret on the East Coast and kind of put the East Coast on the map. And in the DMV, which is DC, Maryland, Virginia, because normally you hear DMV, you get sad, but DC, Maryland, Virginia on the East Coast. And I flew out to go meet with Ben and Lauren Bradshaw as they were launching their business 9 years ago in Seacret. The first diamonds, first six-figure earners on that side of the coast, and one of the first in Seacret. And I remember flying out there, and he was kind of getting close to the next rank. And I was like, how far are you away from the next rank? And he was like, I don't know. And I was like, well, how much do you need in volume on your left, or how much do you need in your volume on your right? And he was like, I don't know. And then I proceeded to go into a slight panic mode when he explained to me the next part of this, but I won't do it. I'll actually have him explain it because I think it's a perfect moment and or training moment for where we are right now in the world of Seacret. So Ben, I don't know if you might want to share a little bit about what happened 9 years ago, my first time, but more excited is this. If you know anyone in the DMV, Dallas, or DC, Maryland, Virginia, we're going to be doing an event. I'm flying out to there to do an event on Monday night. So I'm going to be there Monday night, and then I'm going down to Guadalajara, and then I'm going down to Colombia. We're going to do Cali and Medellin and Bogota, and then I'm doing Puerto Rico. Then I'm doing Dallas. Guys, we are not stopping. We're getting after this. But Ben, I'm going to turn it to you real quick.
It's so funny. And yeah, happy Wednesday, everyone. I hope you guys are doing well. I don't know if you're like me, but literally Lauren kicked me out of bed the last 2 nights. My phone won't stop, and I'm like jumping up from whatever type of sleep. And just, she's like, you need to take your phone and just go sleep on the couch. And I was like, yeah, I do. So, because I can't sleep. And but I have that same itch that I had literally when we first started. Jesse's absolutely right. I mean, it was like, and I don't know if you guys know, but I'm like high functioning ADHD. I can't focus on multiple things. I'm just laser focused on one thing, and I just do it better than most people. And so when we first got started, I didn't know anything about skincare. It actually scared me. But we were just going crazy throwing product on people. And so, yeah, we had all this craziness happening, but most people see today, they don't see back then. And back then we were multiple months behind on our mortgage. I was working like multiple jobs. I was actually hobbling back and forth to them because I had a torn ACL that I couldn't get fixed because I couldn't afford it. And my mom was living with us because at the time, God rest her soul, she was mentally disabled, fighting brain cancer for 20 years. Like, life couldn't have been crazier. But thank the Lord, we were introduced to this, and we just made a decision, and we just went crazy, just throwing product on people. They'd say, what's in it? I'm like, I don't know, read the box. They're like, what's it do? I'm like, put your camera on selfie mode. Like, you look, I didn't have the answers, and most of us have too many answers. We just don't have enough activity. And so, when we started, Jesse did come in and he was like, what are you guys doing? Like, show me, tell me. And I'm like, dude, I don't know how to log into my back office to tell you anything or show you anything. He's like, wait, what? And I was like, I don't know my password. And he's like, what do you mean? I was like, I don't care to. Like, too many of us, we're too busy in our back office, and we're not productive doing the activity to pay us through our back office. So none of that matters, like, we're in the back office and looking at things that are costing us money instead of doing the activity that pays us money. And I did that on purpose because I didn't want there to be any crutches. I didn't want anyone to have an excuse. I just wanted to go make it happen. So that way I could look in people's eyes, just like I'm looking into your eyes right now, Whitney, Yvonne, Trina, Molly, Graciela, right? I'm looking in your eyes and telling you that you don't have an excuse. Because back then we didn't have the secret we had now. Thankfully, some of the building components are the same that we had back then, like, being active just on Club Seacret. We didn't have Club Seacret back then, but we had a $50 price point to be active. That's insane. Going Star and Rising Star is very similar to what we had back then, but it was much more expensive to achieve those positions. And so it's just like, I'm just blown away, learning about this stuff through boot camp this past weekend. It was the greatest event I've ever been to in my life. And I know most people say things like, oh yeah, the event you just came from obviously was the greatest. And I'm like, no, that's crap. This past event, I almost wish it didn't end. But the only way that we can make the next event the best is by, showing appreciation through production, doing the activity, truly being ignorant on fire. Because if you know the answers, you're going to cripple people, because then they're going to have to think, I know the answers. All you got to do is let the product do the talking and show less to more people. And that's it.
Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. And Ben, I remember like vividly talking about this, and I was like, so what's your login? And you're like, I don't know. And I'm like, shut the front door. Like, you don't know your login? He was like, I don't know. And he was like close to platinum, because I was trying to figure it out. And I was like, and I looked at his wife, Lauren, and he's like, I don't know. He's being weird, so, and I was like, what do you mean? He was like, he's like, I'm purposefully not learning the comp plan. Here's what I know. He's like, and he just basically said, I put people on the left, I put people on the right, correct? Yeah, the system puts them on the left and puts them on the right, right? Yes. And he was like, have you logged in and made sure that that's happening? I was like, yeah. He's like, I'm good. That's all I need to know. Here's what I know. If I put volume on the left, I put volume on the right, I get promoted. That's how this business works, right? And he's like, yes. I said, perfect. That's all I'm going to focus on. And he said, Jess, I'm doing it on purpose. Because I was like, come on, man, you're being weird. Like, I mean, you're a leader. Like, you got to know this stuff. And he's like, no, I'm doing it on purpose. He said, why? I said, listen, I want to make 10 grand in a month without knowing the comp plan. And I want that to be a part of my story forever. So I can use it later in the future to tell people that's not important. And it was an incredible thing, Ben. I'll never forget that moment. I was like, dang, he's onto something, because the smart people complicate things. Geniuses simplify things. That's what we're really doing here. Okay. So in any event, a couple of things I would just want to make sure that everybody's aware of. And as we go through this, and I do want to open this up here for anybody that wants to share, because coming out of events, it's really important that we get good at not learning, but at teaching. So we get passing on this information. So coming out of tonight, or coming out of today, what's your focus? Tonight, I'm doing the comp plan training. So if you're going to be on that, if you have been on Mondays and you were at the convention, I don't need you on the training tonight. You got it. It's not for you. Go ATM some people. Go sit down with somebody. You know what I want? I want the call to say, Jesse, I'm so sorry I couldn't be on your training because I was doing a meeting. I was doing a sit down. I was with somebody new. Yes, I'm doing this training because there are people that weren't at boot camp. I'm doing this training because there are people that couldn't be on Monday night. I'm doing it for those people. If you got it, you got it. Go. Right. So now the other thing that we want to do, really important, okay, is get on to the all agent call tomorrow for all the announcements. So I wouldn't spend time. I'm spending zero time explaining the announcements to people. Zero. Me personally, zero. I'm spending 100% of my time talking to people about being on Thursday to get all the announcements. So again, leveraging on the tools that are here, leveraging on the build that is here to make sure that we get that there. Okay. So how do you get the screenshots he sent you? Here's my cell phone number. Bam. So Jesse Macpherson, okay, 213-949-1965. Okay. So just send me screenshots for ATMs if you want to be in the contest. Okay. Now, outside of that, I do want to open it up here for anybody. And this is an open format here real quick. And I'm going to tee you guys up here real quick. This is an opportunity to share. Now, my recommendation is stepping into sharing is one of those things that's important. We obviously aren't going to do many of them, but let's do a few of them. And I want you to share with us your experience. And I don't mean the entire weekend, but what I call either your golden nugget or your moment of insight or your biggest takeaway. Okay. So if you were to boil down the weekend, kind of like not the whole story, but the moral to the story. Okay. So, okay. Did I not post it? I did post it for
it. Did it up.
So, I posted only for people in the waiting room. Nobody in the waiting room. So hold on one sec here. Please write it down in case you don't have it. Send a chat. Everyone in the meeting. There we go. So 213-949-1965. Okay. But want to open this up. So what was your biggest takeaway? What was your golden nugget? What was the most important thing for you to hear? Why is life going to be different after the event than before the event? And it could have been a speech. It could have been a person. It could have been a line. It could have been a moment of what was not your favorite part of the event. Because sometimes I think people get confused on this and being like, I really liked So I'm talking about what was something that was your personal biggest takeaway. So I'm going to open up the floor here. If anybody wants to share, Whitney, if anybody wants to start, Whitney. I'm going to turn it to you.
All right. I'm not just saying this just because I'm talking to you, but our little dance training and presenting, that made me realize that at times I probably make things too complicated. And throughout the entire weekend, basically the theme was to simplify. And that was kind of a light bulb for me.
Awesome. Simplification. Look, success loves speed. Binaries love speed. So if we can simplify, how we speed up is we simplify. I love it. So now if you're walking, you put right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot. So it's basically, if you can 1-2 step your way to success, let's keep this thing simple. Thank you so much. Who else has something they want to share from the weekend?
I will, Jesse. Just about dreaming bigger. Byron was so impactful, this Run for Freedom spot. And when he spoke about distractions suffocating your dreams, and then the dream with the struggle in the middle to get to the prize, for us, that was huge because we understand the struggle and, working on skills to get better. And that's what's important, getting the skill set better, getting to the training so we can be polished and be better and better and better. But that in itself allowed me to open up my dream space. I spoke to this a little bit yesterday. We went through the process with Mark years ago in the same company we were in years ago with Journey. And we were talking about Journey yesterday with the Platinums. And it was just a matter of, look, the stuff that we went through 20 years ago, we wrote down goals, life plan. And I'm sitting here the other day and realizing that all of that stuff actually came through fruition. The stuff that we wrote down and worked for, years ago is here now. And so, but I sat there looking at the space of the dream and got, oh my gosh, I could do better. I could do bigger. We as a family could dream bigger and have things that we never really thought about before. So he really, this weekend really opened up our space for that we do deserve it. We are worth it. And it's okay to have those unrealistic expectations and reach and stretch past what's comfortable. So thank you for letting us share.
Yeah, absolutely. Who else would like to share? Now, don't leave yet, guys. Got one very important tip for leaving this event that is for my 19 years, no one ever talks about to help you guys in setting your goals. So who else?
Jesse, I'll go.
Yeah.
One thing that I think it was Jefferson that said it is an excuse is a well-planned lie. And I do believe that I myself have created many excuses, many distractions to not proceed with the actions. And the other one was what has to change in me. And that is exactly what needs to change in me, being that, like Whitney said, overcomplicate things and the comparison syndrome and trying to do everything that everybody else is doing. And then you just get so overwhelmed and just needing to find me in all of this and then just be consistent with that and simplify it. Because I need simplicity.
I got it. Angela asked a question. If you could get to either Journey or View from the Edge, which would you say is the better one to attend? And this is a great training moment. I just want to take it for a quick second here. Is this? The answer is both. And it will never be one or the other, number one. Number two, the other thing I do want to let you guys know about it is this, is I always promote the next event, okay? Because here's what I believe. Right now, what we have is a belief that you can only do one or the other. And usually if that's either time or money, we have a limiting belief as to what's possible, time and money. So if you can only go to Journey, you get to Journey. And if at Journey, you unlock a lot more of the potential inside of you that is for sure there, then I don't believe you're going to have any problem earning enough income over the course of the time to get to the next event. So it's always the next event is what I'm promoting in that context. So quick moment there for you guys. We're going to take one more share, and then I want to give you guys a very important time, a very important process in the goal setting. So who's up? Give it to
I'll
us.
go.
Yeah.
Hey, I tend to make things too complicated and explain too much to people. So just what Ben was talking about today, what you're talking about, what we were talking about in the whole event, is keep it simple, make it so people think they can do what you're doing, that you don't have to know everything to share and do this business.
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. And just to let you guys know, a very, very important, obviously, we pulled down the real-time commissions. This is a major shift in our compensation. We've got a lot of moving parts. We decided over the weekend to let people have the event packs not go into the system, even though we were processing them, to move the volume to Tuesday. So I want you guys to know that today, you might look at the stuff and it might be all over the place. Here's the thing. Everyone do me a favor, take a deep breath. It's okay. Nothing's wrong. It'll all get fixed. If for something tomorrow isn't showing up correctly by tomorrow, I'd probably call into customer care in the afternoon, not even in the morning, by the afternoon tomorrow. And then if you still have something that isn't showing up properly, here's the thing, I promise you, Seacret will always make it right. So we'll make sure that we get that done. So we'll lead through that. Actually, let's do one more share because I know, Chrissy, you were like, go, go, go. All right, you got to unmute though. Oh, you did show you were unmuted, but I didn't hear you.
There. Okay, am I good?
There we go. Oh,
okay. So when Isaac was sharing right at the beginning on the membership enrollment and the subscription model, that whole change in dynamic of how things are being done to simplify and streamline everything, it was amazing.
I totally.
And I think, you know, that has been one of the things a lot of people, you know, they get lost in it. And so as we keep simplifying, it's just helping.
100%. All right, we got one more here, and I gotta give you guys one more tip before we go. Okay, Chrissy, see if you got you on there. Nope, can't hear you still. So we want to connect your audio. It didn't connect your audio somehow.
While she's trying to connect, when is the event in Virginia and where is it?
Say again. Journey.
Where is the event you and Ben are doing in Virginia? When and where?
It's on Monday night. It'll be 7 p.m. and we do not have a location, but it'll be more likely in the Maryland area. So, we are looking for a location right now because this was just decided upon. So I'll post it inside the Bronze and Above groups and all that. I'm going to give you guys one more tip here before we close out here today, because I have been doing a lot of explaining in the days recently from this weekend. I've been now called the Clarifier. It's my new name, apparently, a secret agent clarifier. So, which I enjoy, I like. And but this is it. Like after tonight, this is the last time I am clarifying what was and what is. You guys are leaders in your business. The time is to get it. Now, what's amazing is that getting the new thing is so much simpler. What I want you guys to understand is we're not talking about what was anymore in the world of Seacret. We're talking about what is. So new people coming in, you're not explaining them. A good example is on Monday night, I did a training with 30 new people that just signed up over the weekend in a new team that I started building. Okay. These 30 people that I just signed up, I didn't talk to them about what was. Why? It doesn't matter to them. The only thing I'm talking to them, and I was like, guys, here's what's super exciting. What do? Go star. How do you go star? You get 2. Then what do? You get 6. I'm not going like, well, here's what it was. And there was a bonus and then a one-time and then a rank bonus and then a 4-week bonus. And it kind of worked and it kind of didn't. None of that. No, done. It's over. Tonight's last night. We're moving on and we're going to work in the new plan. Okay. And getting that consistency. Now, leaving events. How many guys, honestly, seriously, no joke, are excited about your future in Seacret leaving boot camp? Yes. If you're not fired up, your wood is wet. I'm telling you right now, there's just no way to, excitement, I have found, is not enough. It's not. How many of you guys have left events before excited and didn't go actually have it last? Excitement is not enough. So we need to transition that excitement into a plan that is backed, okay, that is backed by your why and your intention. Now, I'm going to deep a little further into this because I want you to think of goal setting not as an action. I want you to think of goal setting as a skill. And skills you can get better at. Most skills you start, you're not good. Some people are naturally gifted in certain areas. So let's take a skill like shooting a basketball. Okay. So if you are bad at shooting a basketball, can you get good at shooting a basketball if you think about it like a skill? And the answer, of course, is yes. How would you get better? You shoot. But if you want to get better, you're going to get coaching from people that are good shooters on your form, on your wrist, on your lineup, on your body, on your stance. You're going to look at it. Whereas if you're bad, you're not just going to say, well, I'm a bad shooter. I can't shoot very well. Okay. I'm not good at shooting. Now, if you think of shooting as an action versus shooting as a skill, you might fall into that category. I'm going to ask you to think differently about goal setting, not thinking about it as an action, thinking about it as a skill. Now, most skills you suck at when you start. We all do. So I don't want you to pretend like you're going to be great. Now, if you were really good at goal setting, but honestly, I'll cover my eyes. How many of you guys have left an event, set a goal and not achieved it? By show of hands. How many of you guys have set another goal and then not hit it? By show of hands. How many of you guys have set a goal and not hit it? By show of hands? All of us, right? If you aren't raising your hand, you lie about other things too. So we have had, so goal setting, the learning it is starting to learn how to do it. Part of shooting is missing and learning. I got to make adjustments and tweaks. So in your goal setting, this is really, really important. Okay. Most of us think about what we're going to go do or what we're going to go gain. I think all of us, it's pretty simple to look at that. What's available for you in going out there and building the gain behind your business is lifestyle, income, success, recognition, appreciation, community, impact. That's a pretty obvious. Okay. I think we can figure that out. But here's what I'm going to ask you to do is look at this in a different capacity, because gain was never enough for me to hit my goals. And the reason why is because distractions got in the way, inconsistency got in the way, and there were times I didn't feel like it. And what I found out is that your goals don't care about your feelings. They don't. They just don't. I wish they did. I wish I could have a conversation with my goal. Like if it was a person, my goal, and just be like, listen, I just got all this going on. It's very emotional. And it's going, I get it. I totally understand. Right? And they don't. All right. So with that, what I mean is that gain was never enough for me. What pushed me was pain. They say no pain, no gain. So when you look at your goals, here's what I'm going to ask you. Not what do you have to gain. I think those are obvious. We mostly know those. And most of us have used goal setting as a means for gain. I want you to look at goal setting as a means for pain. And what I mean by is use pain because we know it works. Most of us, the only time we change in life is when we're uncomfortable. The pain pushes us, not the gain. When somebody goes to the doctor and the doctor says, if you don't do this, you will this, that's when change happens. If you don't do this, when you hear the testimonials, the stories, people crossing the stage and they're like, I made a decision. That decision was normally made not out of gain. That decision was made out of pain. Backs against the wall, something had to change. Now, can you be wildly successful and then still be successful in network marketing? Yes. But why are a lot of the stories from Baroque? Why? Because they were decisions that were made from pain. So if you know this, and I knew this, I started looking at, here's the question. What do I have to give up to go up? And I want you to ask yourself and write this in your notes. What do I, Tammy, what do you need to give up to go up here, girl? What is it? Ben, what is it you need to give up to go up? Christy, what is it you need? Victor, what do you need to give up to go up? Because I can tell you, if you want to go up, you need to give up. You got to let go. You got to do something. Now, I'm not saying you need to sacrifice something you love for a long time, but for 89 days to view from the edge, 79 days, whatever it is, what did you got to give up? What do you got to let go of? What is it you're going to not do anymore that you're going to get? Now, for some, that's going to be painful. It's designed to be. Look, if you have something in your life that you have that you didn't sacrifice for, it means somebody else sacrificed for you, period. End of conversation. I have the freedom to be in a free enterprise system in our country today because men and women sacrificed their lives for our freedom. That is a sacrifice they made for me and my family to have freedom. Okay. I didn't make that sacrifice. Other people did. I need to be grateful for that. However, if you want something in your life that you didn't sacrifice for, okay, you're in for wake up. Well, that's not fair. So here's what we're going to do. Anytime we say that's not fair, what we're going to do is this. We're going to build a bridge and we're going to get over it. That's what we're going to do now, right? So that's not fair. Build a bridge and get over it. We're going to move on because it's not designed to be fair. It's designed to be worth it. So in that, what are you going to give up? And I don't know what it is. I can tell you for me, I gave up silly things as a 20-year-old kid, but they were important to me. Here's a stupid one. I love movies. It was my favorite thing growing up as a kid, right? I grew up in the mountains. We didn't have television. And the movie theater was 45-minute drive away. And it was like the biggest treat growing up as a kid to go to the movies with my mom and my dad, right? And go get popcorn. It was like, so I have a very big affinity for going to movies. So when I moved to Los Angeles, I'm in the entertainment world and I love going to the opening day midnight showings with everybody in Los Angeles, the big ones and the big crowds. And I just, where people are freaking out and they love it. And don't judge me. I'm a 20-year-old kid. All right. So you know what I did? I set a goal to hit a rank inside of my company every month for 12 months. And did I hit it? No. Why? I was focused on gain. But what I did was I made a consequence. I made a pain goal. And what I did was this, I said, until I hit my goal, I can't go to the movies. Now, for some of you, that's not a pain. For me, that was painful. Why? Every time I'm driving down the freeway in Los Angeles, I would see the billboards. So you know what made me go I set the goal in November and I got promoted in November. Why? Because Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers was coming out in December and I couldn't miss it because all I was thinking about was my friends. It was in the middle of the movie. I watched the first one. I can't miss the second one and all my friends are going to go. How stupid is that? But it worked. I then set goals later in my career of consequences. If I don't do this, I can't do this. If I don't do this, I don't do this. So please don't put your family in jeopardy. Don't put your health in jeopardy. Don't do any of those types of things. But we as a species are much more motivated by pain. And if you look at it, it's what's uncomfortable that pushes us more than comfort. So if you're sitting there saying, I've set goals, I missed them, and set goals, and missed them, I set goals, and missed them, my belief is that you only have a gain attached to it, not a pain. It was not my gain that pushed me, it was my pain. So my recommendation here as you're setting your goals here is not just what are you going to get, what are you going to give in order to get what it is that you're after? So, and that can be a short-term sacrifice, but I'm telling you, it's worth it. So we've been here for far too long. I got to get, my phone was blowing up with other people I got to get back to, but I'm going to wrap it up this ATM challenge. ATM, add tag message, add tag message, add tag message. Whoever add tags messages the most people, and I don't even care what you tag them in. I just want you to go out there and do the activity, right? So whether you're tagging them in a social networking professionals ATM group, Sea Life Wellness, your elite lifestyle, I don't care. Somebody goes, well, which one? Stop it. People say, how do I get in shape? Should I run? Should I swim? Should I CrossFit? Should I yoga? Should I dance? I don't care. Just get your booty moving. All right. So today, ATMs, tonight we'll be doing comp plan. And tomorrow, we're going to focus on getting everybody on the all agent call for all of the announcements and updates, all compact into one training video that you can get all of the details from. So we're not focusing on details. We're focusing on building. We will see you guys tonight. We'll see you guys tomorrow. God bless. Take care. Kick some butt. And I am Ben. I know that video is still posting and uploading. Did it go through yet, or are we still waiting on it? It's
Still waiting. I wonder if I should click refresh or just let it marinate.
Just give us about an hour, guys, and that video will be up. It might be up sooner. We'll post inside the groups when it's there. But here's the interesting part I want you guys to know about it is if you add somebody to the group and tag them in the old video, does it still work? And the answer is what? Yes. So don't get yourself complicated. All right. Let's go have some fun today.
Write down your top 50 over the next hour, and then the video will be done, and then you go crazy.
Let's go make your
May
list.
I ask you guys a really simple, I should know the answer to already?
Yes.
Okay, to cycle, like I have all this carry forward on one side and not on the other. So does that mean every time I get $300 more on that other side, I'm going to cycle, or do I need $1,200 for each cycle new?
You only need 300. So a lot of you, if you have volume that is carried forward on one side in that bank, you just need 300 on the opposite side. Every time 300 goes in, that's a cycle.
Okay, so every 300 is a cycle, not every 1,200. You don't need the 6 plus the 3 every time if you already have carry forward.
Well, 6 plus 3 is 900. So I'm not sure where you're getting.
Oh no,
12.
like 600 and 300 is a cycle, right?
Yeah, but
So
that's
you're
900.
900. So you don't need 1,800 for 2 cycles. You just need
If you
enough
want-
300 to match the carry forward on the other side.
You got it, girl.
Thank you. Sorry, I'm trying. Hadn't really
Don't apologize. You
focused on
got
that
it.
before.
You know what's funny? Somebody just probably learned something right now. They were like, really? I didn't know. So, so you're good, girl.
Jesse, can you hear me?
I
Really
got you
quick,
now.
Jesse, can you hear me? Yes. Also, okay, really quickly. This was my very first event, and I took away certainty and clarity. But I got my ticket to Journey and to the View. Your birthday is September 1st.
Yep.
My birthday is September 3rd. Valerie's is September 5th, and we're all going to be there at the Journey.
Awesome.
Just wanted to say that.
We will be celebrating our birthdays together at Journey, which is super exciting. So I'll bring the cake. You bring the cake for me. I'll bring the cake for you. We'll just cake it up. So, guys, I'm super proud of you guys for all the work that you've done. Some of you, you've just started your journey with Seacret. For some of you, you've been with me for nearly 10 years. And, you know, regardless of where you are in your business, the number one thing that's going to keep you from the success you deserve here is the story you've been telling yourself as to where you are now by what's happened in the past. You're going to have to let go. Divorce the past, marry your future. I don't care what's happened to you in the last year, month, years. I don't care. Now, I'm not saying we're not going to use it as lessons, but what we're going to focus on is where we're going. You can decide to rewrite your story today with this new business and this new build. So let's make it possible, but it doesn't happen unless you do the activity. So I want you to have a lot of people thinking you might be a little bit out of your mind over the course of the next bit. But when I got out of my mind, when I was 20 years old, when I was running for my freedom, I had a lot of people going, this kid is crazy, but he might be right. I mean, what if he's right? You know? And I had people that hung around just because they were like, shit, he is so certain, you know, because before the events, they would be like, you think you'll make 20 grand a month? Yeah, you. But then afterwards, they would hear the inflection in my voice, the passion in my voice, the certainty in my voice. And they'd be like, he thinks he actually thinks. They said the same thing, but they said it differently. He's going to make 20 grand a month. Like, and it was almost like I had people kind of watching in the sidelines. Now, I'm not here to convince. I'm not here to sell. Some will, some won't. So what next? I'm not going to treat people like numbers. I'm going to be here for them and keep the door opens when they're ready and follow up with them with my passion, my enthusiasm. But right now, we need to go find you some reds. We need to go find you some red apples that are ready to go right now. We need to find you some people that got a now spark, that don't have a, well, maybe later spark, maybe one day spark. We're looking for the people with a now spark. So ATM, and we will see you guys. Can't wait to see all the text messages coming in. Can't wait to see all the proofs going in. I can't wait to see who's going to win a box of probiotics, sunscreen, and the toothpaste from South Korea today. Take care, guys. We'll see you soon. Bye.